it's your Star Goddess. Okay, so I wanted to do a video on balance. Now, a lot of practitioners, witches, some lean towards, light magic, light working. Some lean towards, gray magic, dark magic, but all magic is magic, right? But sometimes we forget the whole part about balance. No matter what type of magic you're doing, you have to always be in balance. And I wanted to show you these tarot cards because a lot of tarot cards have balance in the symbolism. Now I'm going to show you this one. On this one you can see 1 foot on the earth, 1 foot in the water. And then you can see 1 cup is pouring into the other cup. So, and temperance, this means patience. So when you're practicing any type of magic, balance is the key. Balance. Here's another card that has a balance scale on it with the 2 pillars, the black and the white pillar on the High Priestess. Another card that represents balance, the Star. You see how she's pouring water onto the land as well as into the water. Okay. And the Chariot. You see how there's one Sphinx that's black and white and has a white body, and the other one has a black body. That's balance. And the Magician, of course, as above, so below, very balanced, and the master of himself. Now, what I wanted to talk about balance was because, like, some people say, oh, you shouldn't charge for doing work or reading cards or doing this or that for people. And then some people say you should. And then some people say, well, you should do good and nothing bad or nothing that harms anyone, or no revenge, no anything like that. But you have to think about what magic really is. It's nature. It's the elements. And all the elements have different purposes, different jobs. In the animal kingdom, there is no one good side and one bad side. It's just a circle. Okay? So what I'm saying is, let's give an example. If I do readings and I charge people and I'm making money and someone needs a free reading, and I don't want to say need, I just want to say asks for a free reading just because they think, they're special or whatever, and you decline, and they get upset at you and then call you all the names in the book, that's very unbalanced, okay, because it's an exchange of energy. Like when I do a reading, I'm exchanging my time and my energy, so I do expect to get some sort of compensation. But if someone is in need and needs to borrow money that I have, made from readings, and they're really in a situation, I have a kind heart and I will give them the money. Not borrow them the money, not lend them the money, but I will give them the money. You see the difference? So what I'm saying is there's a balance in things, I'm able to help other people who are in desperate, real need when they ask, because I charge very little, actually, when I read cards, or if I do give some spiritual advising. So you have to be careful with that. A lot of people are in need sometimes, and they'll go to this person and that person who will condemn them, won't help them because they're against what they believe in. Like, I'm not going to name any religions, but there are certain religions that do not condone certain behaviors, and they won't help certain people. But as a free-thinking, open-minded, spiritual person that has, some extra abundance that I can actually, help someone out with in need when the time comes, then that's really up to me, and that's my balance. So, I just wanted to show you guys that and talk to you about balance, because a lot of people say, well, you do all this bad things, you do this and that, and I don't do bad things. I'm talking about other people who are, really into, black magic, like sending out curses and hexes and revenge spells and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking about those kind of people. You don't know what those people are doing on their balance side. You don't know what that money's going for. That money could be feeding hungry children. That money could be helping animal shelters or whatever. Because some of that money is not all used for selfish purposes. Some of that money is used to feed people's families. And it's not what the person does to earn their living. It's what they do, with their abundance, and how they help people and how they balance themselves out. That's all it is. I mean, even if you go back to the laws of Ma'at, there's always a scale. There's a scale with justice. There's a balanced scale in the Egyptian underworld. There's always a balance, and you have to be able to reach that balance. And like I say, people in prison get free meals while students and poor students in school have to pay. If you really think about how unbalanced the world is, you'll understand that, a person has to balance their own self out. It's not for you to judge, So, if a person says, well, I don't believe in any of that stuff, I'm just going to do what I do and live how I live, they're still going to get caught up in balance, because they're going to have to make decisions. And when you make decisions, you have to balance the outcomes. You have to say, well, if I do this, this will happen. If I do this, this will happen. Which one is worse? Which one is better? So you're always making decisions based on balance. And you need both of your higher self and your lower self to make decisions, So if you're stuck right now and you're just like lost and you're worried about all these things and people are saying or thinking, don't worry about it. You are your own judge. You make your own balance. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Don't let anybody tell you how to live your life. That's just silly. How can they know? Okay? Also, if you are, thinking about doing something and you're not sure if you should do it or not, I get a lot of people asking me these questions. Well, I really want to get back at this person, but I don't practice black magic, and I don't know if I should do this or not because I'm worried about karma. I don't know if I should send out this spell. If you don't know, if you're in that situation, you don't do anything, because you don't know what you want. And so how can you send out your intent? So you don't do anything. You wait. You give yourself some time to cool off. You wait and see how you feel about that same situation. In maybe a week, you probably won't feel as upset or angry, and then you'll know what to do. Okay, so don't make a rash decision to do some type of magic or curse or spell on somebody when you have no idea how you feel about it fully. That's very dangerous, because one week you could hate someone, and the next week you wish that you had them back. So wait before you act. That's all like the best advice I could give. It's just like, you know, when you have to make a major decision in life, you know, buying a house or a car, you know, you look at other options. You go, you test drive, you look at this house, you look at that house, you wait, and then you realize one day when you wake up which choice is the right choice for you. And then you go and make it, you know. You don't go and buy the first car you see. You don't go and buy the first house you see unless you've looked it up on the internet, researched it and stuff like that. But you don't go buy the first house you click on, you know, on the internet. You don't. You look through things, you balance things out in your head, and you make a rash decision based on balance. So that's my little advice for today. If you're having like an issue making a decision on whether to do something, stop and then wait until you know exactly what you want. Because like magic doesn't work unless your intent is true and what you really want. You know what I'm saying? And plus it will work better if you are more sure about it. You know, some people will do a spell, a revenge spell or something, or a bad spell, but then they start feeling guilty about it, or they start feeling bad about it. So it's kind of like it's not going to happen. It's going to happen. Your intent is there. It's not there. It's shaky. It's unbalanced, and so you know you don't get the results that you were hoping for, or that you weren't hoping for, but kind of hoping for. You see what I'm saying? So unless somebody like just did you so wrong and hurt your family or one of your children, or just, you know, created chaos that cannot be reversed in your life, I don't suggest, you know, doing something crazy that you'll regret in the future. Because when you start to regret something, that spell that you put out or sent out, it starts, you know, getting confused and not knowing what to do. It starts like, okay, well, she wants this, but now she doesn't. You know, sometimes you can get stuff sent back to you worse and leave you, you know, cuckoo. Because if that person practices magic and they have a rescind to sender spell, and that magic that you sent is all unbalanced and messed up and, you know, chaotic, then what are you getting back? You know? So be careful and think before you do anything. Make sure it's balanced. Make sure it's what you want. So, balance, balance, balance. And I'm going to show y'all my favorite card. This is my favorite card of the tarot. Because it does show balance. It shows, okay. To me, this card is, okay, she's on one knee, one foot's in the water, one foot's on the earth. So this is like one foot's in the subconscious mind or the spirit world, and one is on this earth. You're nourishing the spirit world or the subconscious mind, however you want to look at this card, and then you're also nourishing your material world or your abundance on here. The stars looking down on you, you know, watching your balance and watching you be able to work in this world as well as the other world. And this little birdie back here, this is an ibis. And if you're familiar with an ibis, it's an ibis on some cards. I'm not sure if that's what it is on there. But an ibis is a bird that Thoth was symbolized as looking over, you know, and he's on a tree of life, knowledge, balance. And y'all see my tree of life things. So this is my favorite card because this card is how people should be. Actually, a lot of people don't know this, but the star card is more advanced than the Egyptian. The magician. Because while the magician can control the elements and things on earth, The star can control the heavens and create new experiences and new things because they're working in both sides and they're balanced. So, basically, this is being the cause, and this is just manipulating the effects. So, think about it. You're a star. All right. Thank y'all for watching. Blessings.